Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome to the Outer Worlds. So this is the brand new RPG from Obsidian Entertainment, the creators of Fallout New Vegas, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, and the original makers of the Fallout series. So sci-fi RPG, it's looking really cool. This is actually my second attempt at recording this video. For some reason my computer didn't want to record the game audio the first time around, but hey ho, we're good now. So, this is looking like a lot of fun. It's got that distinct RPG vibe. It's actually got oddly bits of medieval vibe in the beginning, but we'll see that in just a moment. And yeah, very fun, very sci-fi, very Flash Gordon Saturday morning TV vibe to it, which is really cool. So, without too much further ado, let's jump in and take a look at the game ahead of streaming it later on this evening. And if you're new here, this is your first time on the channel, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We play a few games on the channel, Fallout at the core of the channel, but a few things as well, mostly on stream. So if it's your cup of tea, please do consider subscribing and turning on notifications, and then you keep up to date with what's going on. So, let's jump in, shall we? Alright then, new game. I'm going to go in normal mode for the moment. We can turn the difficulty up if need be, but we'll see how this goes for now. Seems like a good place to start. Subtitles, yep, going to have all those on. Curious to see what Bark's subtitles are, but I guess that'll become apparent in time. Halcyon. Here we go.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Yeah, this doesn't sound to be suspicious at all. Possibly go wrong. Oh, so... Ship Hope appears to be abandoned in space. Appears to have incoming. Very, very cool. Sorted. So, this is Phineas, who, apart from being a scientist, we don't know very much about. Apparently he's a fugitive, though, wanted for crimes against the colony. It's always a promising start. And this is where we jump into our character creation.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Charming. So, Phineas is choosing a colonist, which will be whoever we ultimately create. So, having a look at character creation, it's basically what you'd expect from character creation in an RPG, with a little bit of a twist on it, with the Outer Worlds sense of humour, which is cool. So we've got our various attributes and the various skills they affect. Strength, as you can imagine, is mostly melee stuff, and block. It also affects your intimidate and inspiration stat as well, which is interesting. With dexterity, that's pretty much exactly where you'd expect it. One-handed melee, handguns, dodge, block, which is quite cool. Sneaker lockpick. Intelligence, again, mostly what you'd expect. Science, medical. Long guns is a bit different, though. And perception as well. Persuade, rather, as well, which is quite cool. So, for the build I've got in mind, I'm going to go with basically a sniper for long range and then a shotgun for a get-out-of-my-face weapon. So, fortunately, for this, we have both those weapons on the same skill, long guns, so we can focus on that. I don't think I'm going to go particularly into strength or dexterity, although dexterity might be useful. We'll see. Strength, I don't want to drop, because carrying capacity being reduced would not be a good thing, but I think we'll keep those average as it is. But we'll start with some intelligence for our long guns. Push that up a couple. And if we go all the way, we'll get a comment from Phineas.
You've got a once-in-a-generation mind.
Quite cool. And we're going to stick with high for now, though, rather than maxing out on that. Perception is going to up our long guns, also our handguns and heavy weapons as well, but it's also going to improve our dodge, lockpick, and engineering, so that's quite a range of things that will be quite useful to have. Charm. which is Persuade, Lie, Intimidate, Hack, Science, and Inspiration. So, Persuasion skills, which is always handy, and Temperament, which is, apart from our two-handed melee, which is interesting, a little more to do with our lying skill, our sneaking ability, some medical, some engineering, and some determination, which I believe has to do with our health regen, which is also there. So it might be something else. So charm I'm definitely going to go for. Dexterity won't affect my long guns, so not bothered about that. Dodge would be nice. Perception, that's also going to go on dodge, and that will affect our long guns. So let's put another point in there, because that is going to be a good way to go. And I've got 1 point left over. So it could either be a little bit more charming, would be good. Companion ability refresh, that would be handy. And faction reputation reactions are proportionally larger, though, which is interesting. Or we can go for temperament and regenerate health a little more quickly. I think I'm going to stick that into charm. So we're going to be smart, perceptive, and reasonably personable. Also not averse to blowing a few heads off if needs be, which is sound. So let's move on. So for skills, that's exactly what you'd expect. You're fine-tuning your actual specific abilities. In the beginning, we go for more general categories, so ranged weapons, defense, dialogue. Once you get these up to level 50, you then have to specialize specifically in a skill, so it basically costs a little bit more and fine-tunes it, makes your abilities a little bit more focused, which is quite cool. It means you can generalize early on and then decide what you like a little bit later, which is quite cool. So, long guns, we're at 20 already, which means we get the first skill unlock, which is time dilation effects, which is quite cool. Won't get that on handguns just yet, or heavy weapons, but I'm not in a particular rush to use either of those. I want to focus on long guns anyway. Dodge. Ability to leap dodge forward would be nice, but having a higher dodge in general so we don't take as much punishment would be nice. Persuade, we're already a bit persuasive, and humans have a 20% chance to cower in fear for 3 seconds the first time after I hit them, which is quite cool, so that's already without spending any points on it. And stealth for sneak, hack, and lockpick. We're already quite good at hacking, but a bit of lockpicking skill and some sneak will be very good for pulling off those surprise headshots as we start combat. Then we've got tech for medical science engineering. Then inspiration and leadership rather gives us inspiration and determination. So maximum health of your companions. Okay, cool. And 3% companion damage bonus and companion abilities, which is also very, very cool to have. So I think we're going to put something to leadership.
Chairman material, or at least captain.
Nice. Some more into dialogue would be nice, but I think boosting our stealth skills will also be particularly useful. Most of our other skills aren't too bad for now, particularly with the combat side of things. Dodge would be good as well, but I think we're going to go with the stealth. A little bit more, yeah, a little bit sneaky. I can get what I want by other means if needs be. Oh, dialogue. But that's already quite good, so let's go with stealth.
If you wanted to steal from the rich, you've come to the right colony.
Maybe we're going to be Robin Hood then. So, up next is aptitude. That's basically personality traits in a way. It has to do with your previous employment before you came out to the Halcyon colony. So you've got beverage service technician, and it gives you a little aptitude bonus for 3% duration on drink effects. Sous chef. It gives you extra one-handed melee, which is quite cool. I like that. What I'm going to go for, I think, is disappearing on me. Factory worker, conveyor operator. Give me a little bit more dodge, which would be nice.
You've got all your limbs, at least.
So I think although this guy's quite bright, he maybe didn't fulfill his potential back home and has decided to head out to Halcyon with a view to seeking his fortune, perhaps. Appearance, everybody's favourite thing. This is really quite fun. You've got basic standard designs that you start off with. You can also randomize or customize in any way you basically like, so plenty of head options there. And a whole load of other things as well. You can tweak to your heart's desire. Well, plenty of hair options as well. And if you're not willing to wade through it all, you can do it the quick way and just randomize. Yes. And you can get some very, very strange combinations of looks. Interestingly, nothing's gender locked, so you can be a female character with a beard, if you so desire. Yeah, there's some very, very creepy randomized ones in here. There we go, female character with a beard. So, for now, I'm going to take a quick step back, and we'll put a character together and come back in just a moment. Okay, so I think we have our character. little bit off the generic. Decided not to go too crazy, other than, you know, purple hair and eyes. But I think I'm reasonably happy with that. Avoided the makeup options because some crazy stuff in there, but it was a bit more than I really wanted to go with. So a little bit of an oddball, but it should be reasonably solid, I think, for our smart chap who wasn't achieving his potential, decided to go adventuring in Halcyon colony. Yeah, I think I'm reasonably happy. So now we've got to pick a name for him. I'm going to go with Caleb. We've only got 16 characters, so I could put a surname in there, but for reasons that will become apparent, I don't think it's entirely necessary. But I think that fits the look and the style of the character, so I think I'm happy with that. So here's our overall character. Smart, perceptive, reasonably charming. Plenty of dodging ability. Not as much, quite as much as I'd like, but it's good. We can always boost that up later. Pretty good hack skill. Reasonably scientifically minded. Not bad at picking locks either. Pretty handy with a long gun. Always good. So yeah, I think that should be pretty solid. Oh, let's push on.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Phineas has made his decision, and out we come. There's something very familiar about the style, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Cool, though.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers.
Ooh, that's not going so well for him.
Skip jump.
Nice. Almost a clean getaway. Terra 2, orbiting laboratory. Halcyon system. So we're over the planet of Terra 2 from the look of it.
Shit.
Guess he's not going anywhere fast then. Wakey wakey. Looks like he's broken us out of our hibernation pod.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad
Absolutely.
news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was
inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take.
So only 60 years longer than intended.
After so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong?
Yeah.
Well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes?
Well, at least we're not going to liquefy.
This is the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists.
Gonna take a lot of chemicals.
I've done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
A few details might be good before you do whatever you're about to do. Or not, then. Like the loading screens, they're quite cool. A little bit of art on them, a bit of promotional posters.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm
So,
sure.
Han Solo,
I
then.
outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Oh, great. Re-entry. That's going to go well for us. It's definitely a little bit of a Borderlands vibe to the art style, which is cool. Just a little bit, but it's nice. We appear to be a little wonky.
Good.
Nice.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name?
Oh
Is
dear.
that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Yeah, I'm not so entirely sold on the idea that he actually did tell him not to hold on to it. I mean, the guy may just be daft, but I can also see if he thinks that the guy's going to claim the bounty on his head, he may well have just neglected to mention that the escape pod was going to land on his head. And just hoped for the best. But it looks like we have a direction to head off in. Does look very pretty, this game. First impressions are pretty good. We have somebody who looks to be having a very bad time. Adreno. Basically, that's a healing stem. Apparently, we can sneak through long grass. And I'm guessing that's a timid canid. So that's the reason we'd want to sneak then. Awareness meters over enemy's head tell you if they're aware, suspicious, investigating, or alerted. Just moving slower is probably the way to go. There we go. The awareness is dropping down. You see that there? Let's sneak on a little bit, shall we?
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Well, that sounds promising. I don't think. I don't see a 10-meter drop being a good idea. Yep, definitely not a good idea. Low health. Use your emergency medical inhaler to heal. Reactivation consumes 1 adreno. So we see those in the top left corner there, which I have 11 for the moment. So that's exactly low health, but... Okay. Oh, somebody here. Pushing off that way.
Hey, you, come here.
Pelham. Pelham?
You've tried the best now.
Pelham.
Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings.
Guy doesn't look to be doing so well. Let's be generous, patch him up and see if we can get some help out of this guy, seeing as we are currently unarmed and out in the middle of nowhere with no idea what's going on.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
Spacer's Choice don't sound particularly charming to me. Find out what happened to him.
We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters.
Sounds like some high-quality equipment there.
Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, this guy seems like the sort of fella who's probably miscalculated this and is going to end up blowing himself up, but... Yeah. So, we have a choice. Persuade, lie, or intimidate. Get ourselves acquainted with the conversation system. We're more persuasive than anything else. Not that that seems to be too much of a problem. But, let's go with persuade, since that's the way we seem to be leaning.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
So, cheap and cheerful then. Really surprised he got shot with his own gun then.
Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Fair enough. Right then. On we go. Yeah, I don't really trust this guy to not accidentally blow me up, so let's stand our way back.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
I'm fine. Apparently his ears aren't, but I am. Tactical time dilation, TTD. Due to complications stemming from being revived after an extended hibernation, your brain processes time differently. Pressing the TTD button slows down the world, giving you time to think as well as take action. You have limited time in this mode. Standing still drains your TTD meter very slowly, while moving and attacking drains it faster. TTD meter refreshes slowly over time, and that's on cue. Okay. So that's basically the Outer Worlds VATS equivalent. It's closer to Fallout 4 than anything else. It's slowing time but not stopping it. So we have some marauders. A marauder goon. So, one in the noggin for him? Yeah, I think so. Oh well. Ooh. Get him. Got a shot off on me, but we're okay. Double click jump button to dodge left, right, and or backwards. Not sure I'm going to be sticking with that. Yeah. Doesn't appear to have any goodies. Where's his friend? Some ammo, another gun. Nice. Food, another lockpick. More food. A load of lockpicks. Hacking lockpicks. Hacking lockpick skills help you get places you're not meant to. Magpicks are used to break open locks. Bypass shunts are used to break computer encryptions. If your skill is high enough to break the security, you'll see how many magpicks or shunts you need and how long it will take. Raising your skill will lower the number of items used and speed up the process. Cool. So no minigame, just a skill requirement and a resource requirement, which is fine. So, not quite sure what the... guessing it takes 5 shots to break it, maybe? Is that what the broken lock thing is? Or 2 picks to open it. So let's give the picking a go. Nice. Telescoping staff. Okay, so let's have a quick look in our inventory. Weapon management. Up to 4 weapons equipped at a time. Drag them to the slots at the top of the screen. Okay. You can compare weapons, flag them as junk, or break them down for parts. That's cool. So, there's my gun. There's another one of the same thing. With the sword we picked up off our friend in the cave. It's the 2-handed staff, which I'm surprised... interestingly, the saber seems to do more DPS. I'm guessing that's more one-hit damage. Unless I'm much mistaken, however. I am not particularly good at any form of melee, but we can check it out. Hook a couple of these in, we can take a look. We can also take a quick look at our armour. Armour management, so there we can drag armour and helmet items to the equipment slots, break them down, inspect them, yada yada, same as weapons. So right now I've got armour, which is my Spacer's Choice Hibernation suit. Doesn't look to be particularly great, unsurprisingly. And I've not got a helmet on. We look like at the moment. Another serious looking fella. Let's try a bit of sneaking, see what we can do. Yeah. Yeah, sneak attack in his noggin. Ooh. Maybe not going so well then. Well, let's try some melee, shall we? That one okay, I think. I'm getting shot by somebody there. So should we try the telescoping staff, which is interesting looking. Oh, well. What's this guy? Oh, he survived. Bonk. Oh, that's not bad. Don't think that's a raid I want to stick with, though. Let's switch back to a gun. I think that's a bit more effective. Plus ammo. Nice. Where's he? Ooh. Oh, some new armor. Cool. I got the other guy somewhere up here. Oh, dead fellow. Where are you? Oh, there you are. He's got nothing. Okay, so set of armor looks to be better, but we can compare that. So as we can see, that does appear to be a little better. And it will give me stealth skills instead of tech skills, which I think I'm probably going to need. Okay, let's give that a go. Bit scrappy looking, but okay. As for our guns, I think we're going to pass on these. We'll just stick with shooting these guys. Nice satisfying reload animation though. Okay, that must be the ship then. Looks cool. From what I understand, your ship acts as a kind of a home base and also as a means of travelling around the galaxy, but you don't exactly fly it. It's more like you select a location on your map and go there. Okay, so we've got a couple of people to chat to. Private Kimball and Lieutenant Mercer.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Call on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
Didn't want to pay the landing fees, I guess. So we can go with Let It Go, nice chilled option. So we heard I found your teammate held up in a cave, that's probably worth going for. Oh, I've already dealt with a few of these marauders, not impressed. Give it a surly, I'm hardcore approach. Let's mention the teammate up the road.
Really? How is he?
Well, he was leaking a bit, but I helped him. Still a moron, hoping you're a little bright. You'll make it, I helped him with the pain.
Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some.
But for some weird reason, she's holding off. Probably not a good reason from the look of this. So we can go with the persuasion option, or lying or intimidate, or we can leave the conversation either relatively nicely or not so nicely. So, as I understand it, we get more experience for using one of these options, so let's give this a go.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Okay then, boys, let's give these guys what for. Doesn't seem to be particularly effective from this range. Oh! He went down.
I just earned a fine bonus.
Oh, good for you. Seems Private Kimball, didn't I? He seems to have earned a hole in the ground. Poor fellow. Did he have anything worth having, though? Oh, heavy ammo's not bad. Not sure what a bit cartridge is. I'll have to have a look at that in a minute. They could probably have done with a slightly better weapon than a saber. More ammo. Nice. And there was the fellow over here that I believe I shot brutally. Yeah, the pistol as well. Very nice. So what have we got in here then? I've got some spare sabers that I'm not going to be using, and the staff. Which I understand we can mark as junk and sell them, or we can break them down for components to upgrade our gear with. So right now, my pistol is set at 93% condition, whereas this one's set at 100. So it's that. They're all basically the same. So let's just swap it out so that I've got one that's a better condition, and then scrap these. And I'll scrap these as well, because I'm sure we want to do some upgrading before too terribly long. So, key to break down. 2 weapon parts, okay. Same there. Is that going to give me 2 as well? Okay. Got 3 for that one. Fair enough. Can't complain about that. I think my experience maybe have something to do with that. A little bit of heavy ammo, a little bit of light ammo. No energy ammo yet. Relatively simple. So, You might use armors in better nick? Yeah, they look to be, so let's swap one of those out. We'll break the rest of this down as well while we're here. Upgrades. Nice. Gun away and see if she's got anything else to add.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Doesn't seem particularly sad that her friend's bitten the bullet. Let's go and have a look inside the ship. Fast travel to locations you've unlocked by opening your map and selecting your destination. Nice. Landing site discovered.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
Good to know. So, Apex Transport. Triangulum Colony. 2325. The Unreliable. Little ship pack. So looks like we need to go in here. Oh, we'll go in here. Oh, got a picket. Adrenos in there, that's nice.
Please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
We'll see about that. Just pick this for now. Hell yeah, light assault rifle. Happy about that. That's got to be more what we're looking for. Definitely a long gun. So, jump over to our weapons. We'll swap these out. Put that there, I think. Because unfortunately, unless I'm much mistaken, this will use heavy ammo. Looks to be. Yeah, I've got 13 in reserve and 13 in the chamber, so there's our light, spacious choice light assault rifle. Fast firing, high spread gun is the ultimate spray and pray weapon. Pray that it doesn't break too. Okay. Bit of a, so it's an auto fire gun, fair enough. Decent DPS on it, way better than that. I only got a few bullets for it though, so I need to remember that. Let's put this back in here now in case I need a reserve weapon. So.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
How about no? Hello, Ada.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the
I'm not a marauder.
autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
Fortunately, I'm not a solicitor. The misappropriated equipment thing, you know what? I think I'll keep that. Clearly a barrister. Technically, I'm more of a factory worker than a solicitor, apparently. So, what are you going to do? Self-destruct? I'm not here to misappropriate anything. Not strictly true. I don't appreciate being talked to that way. I'm not going to go with the hurt feelings approach, I don't think. Let's go with what you're going to do about it.
Gesture procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to reject all boarded parties in 5, 4...
That seems like a good plan, apart from one small problem.
1.
We're on the ground.
You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly great deception. Trying to jettison me when I'm on the ground is not really going to work, and also, how would I have walked in the door? So, is this Hawthorne's ship? And I need to get this ship in the air. Let's get a bit more information. Pretty sure this is the right ship, though.
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
That could be a problem. Hawthorne's supposed to meet me. Hawthorne's dead. Your captain's a red smear under my escape pod. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. But that's uncannily accurate. Let's go with that.
I understand. I will require some time
Aww.
to process this information.
Poor Ada.
Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Guess we're changing our name then. So, I can't see this being particularly productive, so let's just go with pretending to be Captain Hawthorne.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure. and we were forced to make an emergency landing.
That could be a
The main
problem.
drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
So, pursuing our goal of assisting Phineas with saving the hundreds of thousands of colonists aboard the Hope is going to be rather difficult if we're grounded. So, I guess we're going to need to repair it. We've got an engineering option here, which I'm guessing I wouldn't be able to choose if I couldn't pass it. But at 5, it's a relatively basic one. So, let's take it.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Well, since they're not happy that I landed here, I think we'll keep this one to ourselves for a bit. So... Yes, Ada, I get it. Captain Hawthorne of the Unreliable, I like it. Or knock it off with this Captain Hawthorne nonsense. Let's go with a reasonable approach. I don't think it's going to be particularly productive to do that one. I like it. It's all a bit daft, but... Captain of the Unreliable I'm down for. Captain Hawthorne, not so much. So let's go with that.
Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Solid advice. We have a level. Very nice. So... Skill improvements. Anti-Cleo management training. I believe that's one of the companies from some things. Very terrifying looking company. Every time you level up, earn skill points to spend on improving your skills. Spending a skill point on a core skill, melee, improves all of your specialized skills in that group up to a maximum of 50. After 50, you can add points directly to specialized skills. Every skill improves as it grows, but you need unlock bonuses. But special unlock bonuses occur every 20 points. Read skill descriptions to see what they are. Armor, consumable status effects can raise and lower these temporarily, so that helps or hurts, but won't affect any unlocks, which is cool. So, level up. Yes, we got that. So, what are we going to put our 10 points in? Long guns would seem like a good idea. More combat proficiency. Dodge, yeah, definitely taking a bit less damage would be nice as well. But dialogue's not too bad right now. Thinking could go up a little bit. Inspiration, I think we're okay with now. I think I'm okay with all of this. Thinking probably guns wouldn't be bad to boost. And probably dodging. So let's put it in here. Yeah, let's push this all the way up to 20, shall we? Quite a lot. And then let's push a bit into our... Anything else that's going to jump up nicely? Sneak's not going to get over 20. It'd be nice to get that up there. Get that to 19. I'd like to hit 20, I think, and get that sneak attack ability. And I don't think dropping one more from dodge is going to be that big a deal, because it's just a leap forward thing. So let's drop down... revert. Okay, so... Boost that on there to 20. 19, and we're boosted up to 20 effectively by our gear anyway, so that's fine. I think I'm okay with that. In fact, it's our perk that's character trait rather that's boosting that. So not any extra damage with our guns, but I think we're doing okay for now. And we'll be able to sneak a little bit more and do a little bit more sneak attack damage, which is cool. Not sure my gun's exactly ideal for that, but it should be fine for now. We'll apply that. Companion abilities. Command your companions and use their special abilities on the enemy you're targeting. Cool. Companion ability 1 is on C, number 2 is on V. Okay. Haven't got a companion yet, but that's good to know when we get there. Perks. So, every 2 levels, 2, 4, 6, 8, rather than 1, 3, 5, 9. There's a 7 in there as well, isn't there? Duh. But anyway, on the even-numbered levels, we get an extra perk point. If we put 5 in here, we'll unlock this tier, and as long as we've got 10 spread between these two, we'll unlock that one as we go. So, we got things like base health, extra TTD, It's always good. Lone Wolf, if you're going to adventure without companions, but I think we're not going to go for that one right now. Walk speed, sprint speed, both nice. Weapon durability, that's going to be good to have. I noticed our weapons breaking down quite quickly. That might have something to do with it being Spacer's Choice stuff and not being particularly great. Companion crits, base armor, that's quite nice. Additional stock on vendors. Carrying capacity is always welcome. PTD recharge rate. Fast travel when encumbered, that's quite always handy. Extra XP from companion kills is nice as well. And 20% vendor process. I think we're going to go with armor durability loss first, because that's definitely going to be handy. I noticed my guns so far have already been breaking quite quickly. Okay. So, a quick shifty around the ship. Yay, so this is the engine room.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
That'll be going in there, so until we get that, we're going nowhere. Over here we have what
Want
could
to be a
appear...
brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
Does seem to be struggling to get over this, which is fine, but a little surprising for a computer. Also have something you can respec in right here at the beginning, though. That's really cool. If you decide you're not keen on the way your character build's going, you can change it. And we've got a workshop from the look of it.
Of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Nice. We've got over here. Weapon parts, a lot of. Sawn-off shotgun. Nice. It's going to be pretty close range, I think. So we need to repair it, apparently, which we can do at a workbench, unless you've got enough engineering skill, in which case you can do it anywhere, which I don't. So workbench it is. Also, it's a long gun, which is very, very cool. Means my long gun skill was now doing what I wanted to. So I've got a bit of range and a bit of up-close punchiness. So this one's using light ammo from the look of it. Whereas that one's using heavy, yeah. See that where next to where it says magazine size. So I think we'll take this one off and we'll, yeah, break it down. I need to upgrade some stuff. So let's see what upgrades we can do and repairs and stuff. So first things first, this needs repairing. So E to repair. Yes. So modify. Can I modify this at all? I don't have any mods. The only thing I can change is the magazine from the look of this. Okay. What about this? Same. Armor. Seems to be U-side. Can I install a mod on this? Can I have an armoring, gadget, skill kit, and utility? Okay, but don't seem to have anything there I can do. Tinker. Now, if I understand correctly, this basically gives you a small boost to its stats, which is quite cool. Going to do that. Apparently, it's not going to do anything to my armor, which is interesting. Breakdown, repair. Okay. So I could tinker and give my guns a little boost. I don't think that's really worth doing right now. We'll hold on to all our bits and pieces for that. Let's push on out and have a look around. Okay, back outside. Evening's drawing in.
This wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Fortunately, I don't have any pay to be docked. Or unfortunately. I don't think I want to start things off with violence, though, just now. Looks like I can get away with lying to her. I'm a Starship Safety Inspector. Really? After I patched up your friend? Ooh. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time.
Nice!
If you're looking to help us out with our marauder problem, talk to Constable Reyes over in Edgewater.
I'm up for
Edgewater's
that.
not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Thought you were ignoring the crime scene. Okay, I'll cross my fingers. I guess we'll have to trust her. Very cool looking, though. Not hyper-realistic, photorealistic graphics, but very cool style nonetheless. It's quite pretty. I like it. I like it. So, hello, friend. That was significantly more effective than the last one. Fortunately for the residents, they didn't seem to have so much luck. Pop-ups are a tad excessive. Shotgun. Recoil's not too bad for this. A little bit jumpy, but... Got everything reloaded. Fortunately, my ammo situation is a little suboptimal. Where are the bodies? Get some light ammo. You know what, I'm going to take a pistol because I can A, break it down later if I need to. And B, I don't really have an option if I start running out of ammo for this. The shotgun's good, but it's very, very close range, so having a backup might be a good plan. So, the town of Edgewater, most sensibly built right by Vesuvius. Genius. It looks pretty cool. Reasonably welcoming in a commercial kind of a way. Well, that is.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Gonna steal a shovel. There's a guy watching me right now. Can't imagine that'll end well. Graveyard right outside the front gate, though. That's a little bit off-putting.
Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
Fair point, not.
It's in poor taste. Dressing up like a marauder's disrespectful to all the workers that got eaten by him. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
These marauders are eating people. I'm quite glad I've been going with shoot on sight, to be honest. So I can, for a scale of 1, lie to them, give them a false name. Probably not really a good idea. I have to pass a check, and they already want to find the person who landed the ship. So let's not give them any information that makes them want to do that anymore. Go a bit corporate. Not really into that personally. I'm a bit more of a man of the people, I think.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you.
He is
Name's
not wrong.
Silas, Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Really? So, place looks like it's falling to pieces. Junior in humour. Fancy title for a gravedigger? Yeah. Looking to make money. Who do I talk to about a power regulator? Let's find out how we can make some money, because I can't imagine I'm getting this power regulator for free.
Got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made, long as you keep your nose clean.
That sounds like it's up to no good.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
So you want people to rent their graves rather than own them. What happens if they don't? And how are they supposed to keep renting them after they're dead? And also, clearly they're not paying, so... What happens if somebody doesn't pay for their grave and then they die? You just chuck them in the trash?
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Did that just come out wrong, or does he actually want to massacre the whole town? Oh well, collect some fees, we can do that, I think.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
So I don't think I'm going to want to go with a particularly aggressive approach. You know, if we're going to go a bit man of the people, but... Still. If they want to get buried, they probably ought to, you know, pay for the plot.
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
That sounds ominous. Where can we find him?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Okay. We don't talk about power regulator.
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If
I
you've
wouldn't
got
have thought so,
business
no.
inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road.
Power above the cannery. Okay, Reed Thompson. Let's head on into a interesting looking town. Cemetery discovered. Ooh, go here. Early retirement. Do you want to end your years in luxury and comfort? Do you dream of walking beneath the vaulted arches of Byzantium? Early retirement is finally here. Early retirement is your ticket to Byzantium. Early retirement is Chairman Rockwell and Mr. Clark's gift for you. Selection for the early retirement process is by lottery. Winners can enjoy an all-expense-paid trip to their new life in Byzantium, the Jewel of Halcyon. So I think Byzantium is another planet, another colony that you can head to. Cash that I could also steal. Okay. And from what I understand, it's like the upper class area. So, got a terminal we can hack. Find out a little bit more. Well, apparently not hack. Inhumers Association. So that's clearly our friend Silas outside's terminal. Must be his office. Subscription to the Inhumers Association newsletter has expired. We'd like to invite you to renew your subscription. Act now. We'll throw in a copy of our newest publication, Shovel's Gazette and Quarterly. Or maybe not. From HR. Edgeworth Cemetery is property of Spacer's Choice Company. Spacer's Choice family takes care of its own from cradle to the grave. Gravesite plots and headstones are provided by Spacer's Choice at an affordable rate. Comfortable, spacious plots, because comfortable is really what you need. Custom engraved headstones and monograms. Complimentary eulogy, courtesy of Order of Scientific Inquiry. Guessing that's a religious group. If it's a eulogy, let your spirit rest in the privacy of a Spacer's Choice brand gravesite. Oh, and you don't even have to share your grave. That's ammo, necklace. We'll skip over that. Can pick this apparently. Let's try crouching first, if they're a little better hidden that way. For a cost of 2. Ooh, we've got an assault rifle. Weapon parts, some armor parts, nice. Some ammo, definitely that. I guess we're going to take it all then. We won't get caught. Nice. So, 215 DPS, 180 DPS. So this looks to be better. Okay, it's a different brand to the Spacer's Choice, so that's why it's better. Ooh. Significantly better value, so we'll swap that out for now. Both using heavy ammo from the look of it, yeah. That one can stagger, whereas yeah, they both have the ability to stagger. But hopefully that means this will be a little bit more tap from a distance. Don't want to steal anything else just for now. So we'll push on and have a look around town. Ooh. Okay, so Edgewater. It's alright. But that's sealed off, so I can't go in there. A bit of scrap. Yeah, place could do with a bit of a cleaning from the look of it. Okay, so what have we got here then? Wanted posters. Antrim. Gil Antrim, okay, I'm fine with that. From Spaceman's Choice Department of Retirement, a writ of execution effective immediately. Former associate mechanic terminated from his position and escorted from Edgewater on the grounds of unauthorized use of Adrena time. What for destruction of company property, murder of company workers in good standing, theft, unauthorized use of medical supplies. Generous bounty, payment of delivery, must be able to sign your own name. See Constable Reyes for details. Okay. And another bounty, also see Constable Reyes for details. Okay, so we can find the constable who is...
Almost lost a finger in the cannery.
I guess in there.
At least you got your health.
Oh yeah. And presumably up for giving us some bounty hunting work. Yep, that looks like a prisoner, right? Now, Reyes. Your bright yellow armor.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is having a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
What? You need help with your marauder problem? I'm for hire. Yep, I'm fine with that.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders.
Nice.
Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
But it's a solution, I suppose. Fingers are portable, at least, I suppose. Bit grisly.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
Does the name Phineas mean anything to you? No, not going down that road. Don't think I want to just betray me, since he did unfreeze me, and nobody else seemed willing to do that. Who do you work for, Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
There we go. Sounds like slavery. Indeed it does. So basically you're a bureaucrat. That won't go over very well, I don't think. Who does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
Well, I'm not a local. Don't think I want to accuse her of being a bureaucrat. It's going to go over very badly, I think.
Something to report?
Okay. Sound a little iffy. Bounty records. Find out. Ooh. A little bit more about these guys. I think that's just everything we've already seen, though. Yeah.
Nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Just between us, Wilson deserted, lost his nerve, ran off in the thick of night.
You're kidding me. Damn. Always thought he was made of sterner stuff.
I think he was plagued. Guess he didn't want to die in the sick house.
Plagued? Ah, shit. I had some of his salt tuna.
You moron.
So, looks like we've got deserters. We're running. Not sure what the details of that are. People fleeing from their guard duty or something. The corporate posters, which are quite cool. Nice. Saltina Cannery. Where I need to be for our main story, apparently. So, let's head on upstairs. Go and meet with the town leader. Very cool style.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The can's busted
That's
open in the
reasonable.
oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson, I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize.
You did?
I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Seems unlikely to me.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a marauder's
Like his
outfit
bowler
is
hat.
in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
Yeah, about that. No, they don't work for Spacer's Choice. Let's be open and honest.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Really? Well, let's get straight to the point, shall we?
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing.
Yeah, I didn't really think there would be.
I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Well, that sounds promising.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Yeah, mostly. I think that number one there. Let's get a bit more detail.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but...
Legally inhabited, yes. Yes, and of course the fact they're illegally inhabiting the place is far more important than the fact these people need somewhere to live. Yes, corporate mentalities. Definitely going to be a lot easier for me to play somebody who's not a big fan of the corporations, I think. Marauders aren't people? Well, didn't say anything about marauders, and don't want to go down that road. It's a bit brutal. Don't think these people will take kindly to losing their power. No, that seems about sensible. Yeah, let's go with that.
No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their
Which
posts.
is it?
I need them to come home.
Seems like you're very much not allowed to quit your job here. That's, iffy.
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
So why did they leave those stations? I think 3 is the closest I'm going to get to that.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town.
Or he could walk down there and apologise. That'd be a good start.
Stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
I feel I'm going to get shot if I do that. Can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sorry.
Seems a little nervous.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you.
That's generous of him. Look, opportunity to get our first companion. Let's go for it.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well,
oh, she sounds like a mechanic.
Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Alright, you're going to be paying me very well. So, companions. You've gained a companion. Their characters will join you in your adventures and help in a variety of ways. Companions provide combat support. Cool. Their skills enhance your skills. So, anything that they've got will boost your existing skills. Obviously varying by their skill set. Increase your carrying capacity. Very nice. Always welcome. And they unlock special combat abilities, which is cool. And learn more about them in the companion ledger, which is basically the same place as your inventory and everything else. Party. There's everything you need to know about your companion, their skills, stats, status effects, and gear. So, she's currently rocking a pistol and a really big hammer. Now, if I understand correctly, her standard attack involves the hammer, so quite cool. She's got mechanics overalls. Upgrades. Bit of information, so we can also specify what kind of behaviour we want. How close do we want her to follow? Follow from a distance, immediate distance, or close. I'll stick with medium for now. Weapon mixed. Primarily switch between melee and range based on the distance to the enemy. I'm fine with that. So, have we got anything about her skills, weapon-wise? Does way more melee damage than range damage, so I think we'll get her on melee as her primary attack. Though she doesn't seem to have a great deal of armour, so we might have to do something about that. So the hammer does way more damage, and it does shock damage. It's to zap. Use space choice to make a hammer and remind people it's good to hit things with it. By the way, this hammer hits things really good. One-handed hammer, okay. Quite a small hammer then. It looks like a super sledge. Okay, so we'll leave things as they are for now, I think. We can always change it later. Let's join the party.
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
So, about the deserters, what's the other side of the tale? Yeah, he wants them back and considers them deserters. They probably consider themselves people who quit for a good reason. He seemed quite reasonable, actually, but he's presumably got ulterior motives.
Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes every word he says. It's just,
yeah,
he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
So did they desert or did they get hooked out? See if we knew she knew them.
I don't know anybody well.
Yeah, she just seemed a bit shy.
I listened to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. He was real sweet to me. Not any sort of dissident.
Presumably some kind of larger implication, because he didn't seem to imply they were dissidents per se. But the presence of dissidents is interesting. Sure, it'll become relevant later on.
Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Where would we find him?
The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing.
Yeah, that'll make it stand out, all right?
Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Oh, I've no particular plans on hurting them, but fair enough. Well, this looks rather church-like, so I'm going to have a look. I'll go quite so far as clean, but
it's too clean.
Cleaner than everywhere else. Chat with that guy. Perhaps later. Would appear to be Vicar Max.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along.
This guy makes me uncomfortable.
Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to.
Oh, his ear is glowing.
Anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Seems to be a little bit of a realist at the same time, though. Well, I actually wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do. Yeah, let's go with that. Not really bothered about spiritual advice. And I'm pretty sure he's going to realise that we're not from town. It's kind of obvious. I bet he knows everybody.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut off power to the deserters. Oh, Adelaide's deserters. Let's not go for the rushing answer.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why.
Kind of a no-brainer, really.
Ms. Holcomb,
but whether or not it's a good thing.
Always has, if you believe the talk.
I know what he thinks of Adelaide's group.
They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice?
So even the vicar's a company man, fair enough. Ooh, we've got an intelligence option. That's cool. Let's go with that then. Depends on how well the leader can provide beyond your walls.
Astute. But I am here, not in the deserter camp. so that's not a variable I can account for.
What do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Problem we've got, if we side with the deserters, then we don't get a power converter without ripping it out of town. And then we're basically exposing the people in town to the same vulnerabilities they want to expose the deserters to. So it's kind of, there's no good choice there. Bringing them back together would seem like the way to go, and then we get what we want and they're all safe. At the same time, I bet they left for a damn good reason.
If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
I would assume it's pretty unsafe on account of being outside of the walls.
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts.
Really?
I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
But we can have a look for it when we're out there.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Okay, so we've got another side quest. Cool. I think we'll push on and start with this. It says it's there, but I get the feeling it's probably not. Region. Yeah, I think heading out of town in this direction is going to be the way to go. Because both the quests we need to take are actually off in this direction, so let's do that. Awesome view. A lot of people appear to have been evicted around here. Ooh. Orders. So let's try this then, shall we?
Let's go!
That went well. So let's try this. Ooh. That's deeply satisfying. That went much better. Quite happy about that. Suppose we've got any nice little bit of heavy ammo, have they? No, not really. A lot of ruined stuff around there. This is pretty cool. Interesting environment to explore. Ooh, there's a thing in there. And we've got some bad guys over there. Okay. How do I get in here then? Yeah, made it. Nice, extra ammo. Backpack. Armor mod increases your carrying capacity. That's cool. Fun times barrel for upping my weapon damage, presumably. Good for my weapon anyway, that's cool. So I've picked up a few mods. Dead Marauder there. What, have you been off killing people and not telling me about it? Apparently not. Got him. Well, precise. I'm enjoying this. Go on, use that ability then. Oh, that is deeply satisfying to watch. Those companion abilities are pretty cool. Epic music to go with my extra level, which is always nice. Ooh, lots of ammo and a hunting rifle. Interesting. What we got here? It's obviously going to be a long gun. Sniper, I'm guessing. T&L, so that'll be a significant upgrade as well. Much lower DPS. In terms of general punchiness, it's level 2 to level 5. 37 value, 11 value. Probably not as good, but a sniper is quite cool and kind of something I want. Give it a go. See how it goes. Kind of more in keeping with the style I want. Oh, look at that. That's cool. That is sick looking. Okay, I'm happy now. Plus I have more ammo, which is always welcome. Finding heavy ammo does look to be a bit difficult, so I take it all back. But it's certainly not as prevalent as light ammo, which is kind of what you'd expect, I suppose. Ooh. Collector's domicile. Got the letter today. Corporate ordered me to relocate to the Edgewater Cannery. Effective immediately. It's a shame. I was really looking forward to running my own gift shop at the community centre, selling rare memorabilia, but scripture tells us that all things happen for a reason. Work fortifies the spirit and all. As for my book collection, I can't bear to part with it. Don't want these books mouldering in some contraband locker, so I stashed them away in a cave over by the river. Okay, so we have to go and find it in a cave. Ooh. Yeah, I really do take my previous observation back. Apparently I can just get heavy ammo just about anywhere I want it now. That's just because I said it, I'm sure. Seems likely that it is somewhat rarer than light ammo, though. That just makes sense. Nice little balcony. Must have been somebody on a significant wage to afford to live up here. Cool. Lava. You need close by people's houses. Ooh. Got to pick that one. That's open. I think I'm acquiring ammo quite quickly. And cash. Nice. Getting a load of mods and stuff for guns, which is quite cool. Certainly not shy about giving us upgrades and things. New weapons. Quite happy to see that. It's promising. Somewhere up here, I believe, where the other bounty was, or one of the bounties was. Fistful of Digits, that's the one. Yeah, just over here, 100 meters. So, let's head up onto this ridge line and see if we can put our new hunting rifle to use, shall we? So, Geolandrium is presumably in there. Guessing it would appear over his head if that was him. Indicanid. Okay. So, it looks like he is in the building, but we're probably going to have to take out some of his people first. This guy seems to be onto me. Oh, damn, I hit the tree. Got him! Okay, I'm liking this already. Oh! Oh, vicious dogs. Oh, he's got a big gun. Oh, and I'm dead. Oh, fun times. That went much less well than I was hoping it might. Which seems like a reasonable point to wrap things up. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed with this so far. It's good fun. A little bit just not according to plan there with that last fight, but it's all good. Had a little bit of look at conversation, combat, companions, that sort of thing. It's cool. Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun with this game. Interesting vibe, cool art style. Seems okay so far, plays quite well. Looking forward to getting stuck into some more. So, do hope you guys have enjoyed this one. If you did, please let me know what you think about the game and whether or not you're looking forward to it down in the comment section below. If you would like to catch up with more live streams of the game, see where we go from here, then you should be able to do so by hitting the notification bell, and you get notified every time I go live, and dropping a sub as well is always very, very welcome. Drop a like as well if you enjoyed the video, it's very much appreciated, and if you're really enjoying the content, please consider becoming a channel member as well. Support is massively appreciated. For now, social media links down below as well, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys later on this evening for a bit more of the Outer Worlds. Thanks for watching.